take it. Coach, I'll start. You touched on it. Can you just talk about maybe a little more on your pitching staff today? When you held it, like you said, you put a pretty potent lineup to one hit. What was so effective for your guys today?
Well, I think the key for us, so outside of the one inning when Paul had to come out and he walked a couple. We didn't walk, we basically didn't walk anybody. I haven't seen the whole numbers yet, but our walks were way down. And when you don't if you give a team like that, we had 4 walks. When you give a team like that free passes, they're going to beat you up and then bludgeon you. And we made them earn everything they could get. And I thought Maddux just did a great job of smothering some strikes.
And then on the other side, being able to scratch across 4 runs, going into the ninth looks like it might be enough. And then they make it interesting there in the ninth. What was your offensive approach going in against their staff?
Well, we've had some success against Todd, and he was outstanding today, up to 94, a couple of 95s. You could tell he had it in for us a little bit, and I thought we just did a good job of taking advantage of a couple of situations and scrapping some runs together. And then the 2 guys out of the pen. That team over there is really good. I mean, they got a great starting pitch. They got a great bullpen, and I think they have the best offense in the league. So for us to come in and do what we did against Wichita, I thought that was really impressive. And then, we just have a really tough team that wants to win.
Did you catch a break at all with the way the weather played out yesterday, kind of getting a day off, maybe a little more rest, or it was the fact that you had to come to the ballpark, go back and that was that a wash? But
now you say it was.
Yeah, right.
I'd like to one-year stay and had today off, but we'll see what happens the weather today too with those other 2 games. But baseball doesn't care. You just go when they tell you to go play, you go play, and you do the best you can.
Yeah. And you've come to this tournament as the 1 seed and gone all the way through to win it. Now, obviously, having to come through maybe the back door to get back there. Is there a difference in the approach when you're a game away from coming out versus when you have maybe that cushion where you can afford to drop one before you have to?
Well, I think Maddux did me a favor today by letting usually we'd have brought Murray in the 8th inning in that situation. It's one of the best closers in college baseball, but I felt so good about what Maddux was doing. I didn't want to go to him yet, and that really was the only thing that changed. Agnes was getting ready to run back out there, and we need him the next couple of games. Mm-hmm. But we still have plenty. I think one break that we caught is. We won today, but we still have Agnes only threw 30 pitches yesterday to start. So I know he's hungry to get back out there as well. But we got a whole bullpen of guys. They all came on the trip, so they all better be ready to play.
All right. Anything from the Zoom side? All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. All right. Okay, joined now by Maddux Spiller. Maddux, just your thoughts. You come in, you watch the starter get off to a pretty good start and shut a pretty good lineup down. You come in a spot and get out of that, and then proceed to toe the line to bridge that gap to the closer. What was working so well for you today?
My fastball was working on both sides of the plate. I said it earlier. If I have my fastball on both sides of the plate, I know all my other stuff can channel off it, and I can smother strikes in the zone when I need to with all my pitches, and get guys on their front foot, and get some swing and misses that help me out too. But really it just starts with smothering the zone.
It seemed like Paul was on a pretty strict pitch count, so was the understanding that you were going to be next up in line here to fill the middle innings potentially?
Yeah, I had a pretty good idea. I knew it was going to be a bullpen day. I knew we needed a couple of guys to step up. We didn't pitch too well our first game here, and I know we're capable of better. And I knew I needed to step up today and set the tone for the rest of the week.
And then what's the general mindset of the pitching staff going in through the rest of the tournament as to what you have to do and to get to the finish line here?
Really, it's just a next man up mentality. We got, like T-Dub said, we got a full bullpen of guys that are perfectly capable of pitching that well as me or Paul did or Murray does all year. Whatever we can do to get to the next inning, get to the next guy, get it to Murray at the end. Anything, like you said, anybody that's on this trip is going to pitch this week, and we need some big performances.
Great. Thanks for the time today. Congrats. All right.